Hello friends! Welcome to the Mr. Cloud Safari Adventure. As of today, we are going to go on a hunting expedition. So are you guys ready? As this will be the most fun and compact beginner class you will ever find in the world of Forex. And this is going to be breaking down every single component of animals that are out there. So this is a short story that I have to go through and tell you guys. How I see the market is very different from how others do. In my perspective, the market is simply like the safari. We have plentiful of animals and opportunities for us to hunt. But what are the most rewarding animals for us to hunt? If we are hunters, I'm not saying we should go hunt animals, but this is an analogy. So understanding that, what are the animals that we are supposed to be hunting as hunters, and this is whereby I will be teaching you guys today on which pairs of currencies and how do they behave. Number one principle of a hunter, you need to know the animal you are facing with, because every animal have a different style of attacking, different style of defense, different style of running. In understanding this perspective, the same analogy can be used in Forex. So I hope this will then open up your mind to the complexity of the trading world, and not a single ABC 1, 2, 3 wave can fucking bring you money, bitch. This is reality. So put your bags on as we are going to go on the safari adventure. But first, let's get the vibe. So to my videographer, key in some safari music. But before that, where's my friends? Yes. So they are going to be our tour guide for today. So there are 4 animals we are going to be hunting. It is going to be the kangaroo, the snake, the rhino, the whale. It's not in the safari, but let's just say it is. Okay? This is my world, my reality. So welcome to the best of the best. Let's enjoy how do you trade currencies efficiently, and understanding that each currency is a different type of animal in the market. So now we will be dissecting to what are our weapons and how do we headshot all the currencies with precision and profitability that is beyond the normality. So now let's enjoy this class. Okay, are you guys ready? You can open your eyes now. Good morning, soldiers. How's your beautiful morning? At this base camp on day 1, we are going to be learning about our first hunting target. Everyone here is going to be hunting for the rhino. Although it is a dangerous animal, but the reward is almost the biggest as well. So now, let's dive deep into what the fuck is a rhino. So before we begin, I want you guys to understand this perspective. The rhino is the kind of animal that is big. A rhino's goal is to run at full maximum speed into the wall and then see what happens. If the rhino is strong, it will break all the walls there. If the rhino is a baby rhino, it will go, hit, pump, and then flips back. And why am I complicating this matter into this analogy? Is simply all the Forex classes out there are bought. You are trained to memorize, you are not trained to understand. These are the kind of things that will then hinder you from achieving quicker results. You are not supposed to be quick in achieving results, but if you are able to cut down the bullshits across time, you are going to get there faster, correct? So hence, this is why I want to become the #1 Forex YouTuber in the world, simply because the recession is coming in 2023. So if you guys do not understand this perspective, a lot of people are going to be into trouble. So I've learned in business, if you are going to be a value, you must fit in the demand. In about 6 months from now, the level of people that will be Googling how to make money will be #1. So when that happens, The best of the best product is already presented, and this is what preparing for the future is all about. So now, let's dive deep into the iPad. Okay, welcome guys to our first ever currency theory, and this has been a while. So to put it into a perspective, firstly, I need everyone out there to be putting away all distractions, because in this very comprehensive, understandable segment, do not allow distractions to take it away from you. Something like this can be absorbed really quickly, but the issue is you complicate the matter. So this is why I'm the best of the best, because I know how to relay messages, I know how to share my experiences, and from there you will learn way faster. So let's focus on real deep. We shall begin with understanding, because during the day when I was starting my trading career, no one has ever told me that Mr. Cloud, you know, there are fucking different types of currencies. So what happened was, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe everyone out here shares the same experience. We are told, for example, FIBO 61.8 is the best retracement price, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So when you use it on, for example, EUR/JPY, it works. Suddenly when you use it on fucking GBP USD, it doesn't work. So in that circumstances, you become confused. And then suddenly, next day, you tend to go into USDCHF to trade it, and then kaboom, you get wrecked. And then tomorrow, you jump into GBP/JPY, you're shocked at the movement. So these are the kind of things, because no fucking one have ever explained it really clearly in the behavior of these candles. Why I hate currency, because the most traumatic experience I had in Forex is that me and Mr. Fly lost 110,000 US dollars, which is not even our money to begin with. And from there, I don't want to go deep into that. I will go into that in another topic. But from that realization, we have learned so many bullshits and so many things about currencies, and from there, I reduce my headache and I play with gold. But to play with gold, it's actually the skill set after finalizing and playing all the currencies. If you can master all the currencies, then you can play gold like you're their bitch. So there are days you win and there are days you lose. As you guys know, I never claim I'm the best 0 SL kind of bullshit, 3,000 pips a day and all that cocks. I don't do that. My rate of how you value me is based off my accounts. So that's where I usually share in my Telegram group is what I enter, what is my account doing. Because when I was going through my trading journey, no one does that. No one showed me that, Mr. Cloud, you have to float sometimes 30-40% when you are in a bad trade, because there are unexpected circumstances. Yes, you can cut it, but if you cut it 90% of the time, it will come back. Blah 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 here and there. If someone have actually shared with me these insights, it would have definitely bring me about a better career path, and my losses, my journey time will be much lesser. If I needed 7-8 years to become this, even not even that great, but good enough, above the average, if on YouTube I can be number one very quickly, but I know there are better traders out there in the world. So I'm not saying I'm the best in that manner, but to make a living out of this, to have a sustainable lifestyle, to have my dream car, to go on my holidays, Alhamdulillah, I can achieve that safely. So, and in this segment, I hope you guys really enjoy it, because this is like, I have to break my brain. AJ and I have to break our brains on how do we make this topic absorbable. I'm not sure without this format, is it easy to absorb? Because for example, you have to understand, there will be newbies out here. The fuck is EUR/JPY? The fuck is the USDCHF? The fuck is that? The fuck is this? So to put it all into perspective, I categorize many currency pairs into its elements of animals. Number one, we have the rhino. And then number two, we have the kangaroo. And number three, we have the whale. And number four, we have swiper. So these four combinations actually contains each category at least contains 3 currency pairs. Because then from there, you have your expected reward which is your target profit, your expected TP point in terms of how many pips, your targeted expectation if you were to swing, how many days it would take. So now let's begin with dissecting the Rhino, and we will get to know each other even more across our episodes in the future. As you guys know, I want to become number one, so give me please comment down below as well, who are the best Forex YouTubers here. I just need to know who my competitors are. If not, we can even be collaborators in the future. To all the Forex YouTubers, this is Mr. Cloud. I'm entering YouTube for the fucks of it, so please welcome me with a grace of warm welcomes. So, the Rhino. We shall begin with understanding we are hunters for today, and I am your captain, and I'll be teaching you men's and women's out there how we are going to hunt for our daily profits in terms of the Rhino. So then, like a Rhino, you have multiple types of Rhino. You have the black Rhino, blue, red, green, everywhere. Same goes for Forex. So I will classify then the Rhinos to be in 3 categories for you newbies to be trading at peace. We have the USDCHF, the NZD-USD, and the Euro-JPY. So these 3 pairs will be the most perfect example to what I'll be sharing with you guys in terms of the Rhino characteristic of pairs. So now, you have to understand, a Rhino is a big and heavy force. Once it goes into one movement, it doesn't stop. It lives. When it attacks, it wants to break and shatter whatever it comes its way. So number one, as a newbie, currencies that contains the Rhino element, do not ever fucking play with the reversal format. You must always trade with the direction. There are currencies or even commodities that you can trade opposite and counter direction and still be safe because the retracement style of it. But if it's a Rhino situation, never fucking fight the direction. That is the worst decision you can ever do, because I'll prove it to you. Rhino movements, let's say if you were to sell at this point, suddenly it starts spiking. It can spike for at least 3, 4, 5 months even without retracement. So in that circumstances, you are dead and doomed. And then this is the shitty part of currencies. When you don't understand that you are playing with a trending pair, which is the Rhinos, for example, you will always try to sell. If it's a buy, you will get wrecked. It's not that you are wrong. It is the behavior of it. A Rhino, if it wants to U-turn, even if it's screaming, oh, I'm going too high, I need to U-turn now. Oh, even if it wants to, the Rhino cannot just decide to stop, turn, and go back in that direction. It is not a cheetah. It is a fucking Rhino. If it wants to stop, even it will first break and then plumb down to the front, crash into a few items, destroy some penny people out there, destroy some monkeys, and then it will get back up, move back slowly, and go back in the opposite direction. So the takeaway from this is, number one behavior of Rhinos is it is a trending heavy pair. No retracements. Very dangerous for you to be playing in the reversal format. So I don't want to get too long in describing it. Why I'm exaggerating this Rhino, because I've suffered major losses in trading currency pairs that I do not know of such behaviors. So this is whereby I do not want you to be in the same fucking mistake. I have managed to float before in USDCHF almost fucking 800 pips. And 800 pips in USDCHF is not a week, it's months with no retracement. So that's crazy. Imagine if I did not know this and I were to deposit $50,000 as I'm a new person, I will be destroyed. So now, how do we kill a Rhino? like any animals, there are certain weapons that you have to use. There are the grenades, the machine guns, the handguns, and different opponents will then result into different form of results. Sometimes you can kill the Rhino with one weapon. For example, now I want AJ to be giving a visualization. I want you to show AJ what is like, for example, a COD hunter, Modern Warfare, I don't care, some pom 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 pom. Show them a tag team combo of triple dose. Let's say the machine gun plus their handgun and a knife or a bomb. That combo. Why? Because our combo for this kind of pairs, it needs to have 3 elements in it. It needs to be using the EMA, trendline, and engulfing. So let's see. Whoa! And then now, I want you guys to see what happens if you try to kill a Rhino with one weapon. So AJ, try take out a video of a person using a handgun or a knife to go shoot someone in COD or Modern Warfare or whatever it may be, and see the result.
At least 5 minutes.
So he played the lucky ones. And this is whereby you like to be you always try to be the lucky one. And that's not how life works, because 9 out of 10 times, now play back the majority of events, AJ, to how a person is when they use one weapon against a Rhino.
At least 5 minutes.
And that is what happens to all of us. So now, if you want to play this, we have 3. Remember, you have to use the EMA, you have to use the trend line, and you have to use the engulfing. 2 out of 3 must be in the same direction. Only then we can make it a low risk entry. Good day, everybody. My name is Mr. Cloud, and we will be entering the virtual world of our safari adventure. And as of today, we are observing. Okay, wait. What is that, guys? AJ, is that it? It's a Rhino? Okay, guys, now let's focus. Our target is in front of us, and now this Rhino, the species is called USDCHF. Now, I want you guys to learn how to beat a Rhino in general. So number 1 characteristic of a Rhino is when it starts moving in one direction, it will not stop moving, and it will just keep going and going and going without retracement. So number 1 characteristic that you will see, let's say if I go to H4. In such a pair, there is not a lot of wicks, number 1. Okay? So AJ, write this down on their note. Number 1, there are not a lot of wicks. Less wicks. So do you see, when there are less wicks, meaning when it starts moving in one direction, it just goes. Imagine if you were to sell here. There is no way in hell you will ever get back the entry. And it's going to be 4 months. So this is whereby it's fun to trade the Rhinos in a swing method. A swinging methodology will give you insane amount of profits, and that's what I've been doing. And that's when the H4, H1 members have seen. I swinged. It was just a 0.7 lots, but it went down almost to what, 5,000, 6,000 plus dollars. So that's when the power of swing does happen. But believe me, the patience you need is fucking insane. So we shall begin in the orchestration of the setup, because as every hunter that is going to hunt this Rhino in front of us, we all need to plan our booby trap. So AJ, give me a big fat Rhino. I want them to visualize. We are going to plan the booby traps. And these booby traps are what we call zones in Forex. Zones are boxes that you derive from understanding where are the potential prices that people are going to be loving to trade at. You want to trade with the big institutions when it comes to trending pairs, because the founding movements are caused by fundamentals 90% of the time. So therefore, you don't want to get stuck. Hence, we shall begin with the understanding of flow. Flow number 1 is you have to have on your phone or device the setting of EMA. So for example, mine, if I were to go to my functions, moving average, the first one is 50. What do I have on it? The method, I have picked exponential. Why? It gives more accuracy, and you will see the bend of the line is smoother. So this is EMA 50 for the rate, EMA 12 and EMA 24. So the combination of these three is then going to give us a saturated point of price. So to practice it, for example, what do? You just have a general marking around this area, because you see how the three lines are near. And then let's say for here, do you see how the three lines are near? And then maybe in the past, let's find this area, this line, these three lines were crossing each other. So there's not much. And then for example, okay, here, no need. Okay, let's just use these examples for now. So let's just use this or this, because it's in the middle of the chart. Okay, so this and this technically shares the same zone. So do you see how in the future, price always makes the same crazy movements around the same price? The breakout for it to drop from here until here for 290 pips happened during the crossover in this price range. In the future, the crossover happened in this price range and then shot up another 300, no, even more, 400 pips up. But it happened at the same price. So that's when a zone, if it's good in the pricing, you can identify the good prices, you can buy, you can sell. Regardless, it will be powerful. So when we have the rough idea of the zone, you don't fucking jump into pressing anything yet. This is just to give you a net. If you are a fisherman, you need to know where is the net. If you are a rhino hunter, you need to know how far can the rhino run, how you're going to chase it, what's the maximum, blah, blah, blah. So the maximum range of the playing field. The rhino cannot go out of this box, okay? So once we have the EMA, we have been able to create a hypothetical zone that has a prehistoric proof that it has a strong price movement that happens from that price range. So of course we have to always validate this theory. What and how do we do it? So let's first understand what is inside here. Look at this. This is one engulfing cell. This is two engulfing cell. Meaning technically this zone back in the day was formed to do a sell setup over here. So if price were to respect this blue box and couldn't break above, it will sell like hell. Hence, you see what happens. This is why I've been teaching you about key level. The moment this candle poked it, this candle tested it, shot back down perfectly below the line, but this candle broke it. The H4 candle broke the H4 sell setup. So automatically this becomes a engulfing sell fail, and then now you see engulfing buy. And then this is the power of a breakout. The rhino, okay, now AJ, put a rhino doing the boom, the rhino charges. The rhino charges, zoom into this iPad, look at this candlestick, it is charging up and it is not going to stop. Imagine you are getting pushed by this rhino, you want to go back to your mom down below, you can't. Suddenly the rhino feels like you're gonna bring you back. Oh shit, no fucking way, it's gonna keep going and running. Oh, the rhino is so far away. This is the danger of playing with the rhino. You will watch your account bleed to death, but it takes time. Maybe 3 days. So it's a very painful experience, and when you trade this kind of pairs, it can make you feel sick and don't want to trade it again. So what could you have done to avoid that situation? Number one, always have a 45 pips SL with this kind of pair. You go beyond the 45 pips, meaning a potential breakout is on the way. So when you get stuck in that, fuck off. It's better to just stay out than get sucked out for 400 pips and then burn. Number two, now we have located. This is the root of event. Hence, this is the root price that's important in the future. Okay, this line. This 2 bits of a line is going to be important. So dragging it in the future, I want you guys to witness. Just by using the engulfing, we have created a zone and the EMA has helped us to support our theory. And look what happens. Price came. Phew. Okay, so there was a first touch. So anyone that took the first touch, you know, the motherfuckers that like to play at the sharp entries, they will feel proud they got the sharpest entry. Okay, so congrats if you did this kind of movements, you get 30-40 pips max. After that, don't be the fucker to re-enter, because when the Rhino starts moving, you might be wrong. And look, the next H4 candle broke. As the engulfing theory traders, when it breaks is when you whack the sell. And where is your SL? Right above the line. The beautiful part of currencies. Okay, AJ, I want you to put a beautiful scene to give them a perspective. Put some river, mountain, ocean, maybe mermaids, a bikini babe, whatever it may be. Let's get back to topic. But point is, guys, once it breaks the zone, it is a very simple rule of game. If you want to sell your SL, just place it 10 pips above the critical line. If you wanted to buy, just put it 10-20 pips below the critical line. Because in currency, there is no wicks like gold. So your SL, believe me, it will respect like a beautiful bitch. You do it 10 times, only 2 times that it eats your SL or your SL first and then shoots down. But 90% it won't even touch your SL and the breakout happens. Why? Because it's a Rhino. So now, how to stop this Rhino? We have to understand where is the next critical support, because this is not a critical support. You get me? This price is a price that was formed from the EMA, but there is no engulfing buy here. Nothing. It's not even a solid price. The solid price is here. This engulfing buy is solid because this was the point of U-turn. This is the point of U-turn. So if to those that were buying, they were buying too early because they don't understand this is not gold, this is not GJ, this is a Rhino. So congratulations, Rhino broke the first barrier, and hence after the first barrier is broken, it will shoot down into the next barrier, correct? Where is the next barrier? Down here. So that's why you will see a free fall, boom. It's not surprising. So what you do after is, you have to wait for the reversal to happen first. You have to not practice sharp entries when it comes to currency pairs. You have to, on the other hand, practice swinging your entries. It's better to layer the smaller lots of buys. For example, if it's already good for the U-turn. But let's talk about the sell. It's better to layer the sell in slower rather than trying to take the buy just because it's at an engulfing buy zone. This is not gold, I repeat again. It does not retrace. It is one direction movement. So from here, try to play in the bigger time frame. Meaning, don't look at M1, M5, M15, M30. Look at H4 daily and weekly for this pairs, and you will see your trades will be beautiful. If you don't believe me, try it first, because I will update this in the episode 2, the part 2 of this video. Then you will see the logic behind it when the market starts moving. Now the market is not moving. I don't want people to be saying, oh, he's talking shit because the market is stopping. So fuck you before you fuck me. I'll tell you, wait until the next part 2. But this is just to expose you. Number 1, this is not gold. Welcome to the best of the best. I have invested 3 to 4 years of my life devouring this bitch of a currency. So I've learned too many from it, and I've lost too much from it until I became a gold monster. So now I'm just sharing down my knowledge for you to understand. No one shared with Mr. Cloud when he started trading that there are different animals. And today is the animal of the Rhino. So now stay tuned for episode 2, whereby we will talk about either the kangaroo, the whale, or the swiper. Wake up. Hey, are you okay? You got hit by the Rhino. Wake up. It's okay. So now do you guys start to see the danger, the reality of playing with the Rhino? The money is big in this. But if you're trying to implement scalping in trending currencies, you will get fucked. If you try to fight the direction, you will get fucked. So the best strategy of all is to play in the biggest of time frame, swing it and target to take your TP at the very minimum, based on my experience, is minimum 8 to 10 hours minimum. So in this kind of currencies, you don't trade and keep opening the chart. You will get wrecked in your mentality because it is not gold. You guys are all gold traders. You have to reset if you want to try currency. Take an entry in one of these rhinos. You don't believe me? You put an SL, you close your phone, set the TP. That is the right way to trade currencies. But make sure there are no news on the day. If you even gamble yourself to open your phone, check your MT4, open your M1, you are going to get crazy rush of heartbeats. You're going to get crazy fuckaroos and all. So now, I think we have come to a initial end to this one video. I don't want to take one video fucking 1 hour. So I'll cut this out. I'll post this up first. And in approximately 12 hours to a few hours later, I'll release part 2, part 3, part 4. It is all recorded once, but we are releasing it bit by bit, okay? Because too much information at once is also bad information. Because how can you learn to hunt all these animals? And then I believe when you create such excitement, you are going to enter the market tomorrow, whacking Euro USD while trying the USDCHF and then attempting the GBP GPY and then gambling on gold. It's a vicious cycle that you guys are in right now in general as a new trader. You guys want to attempt, you're eager to learn, and it's amazing. I love it. So this is whereby I hope you guys can grow with me. And please, like, I really need, this is my first time doing YouTube. Like, write down in the comment section, like, what do you think we should do? What do you think AJ should be improving on? What do you think we should tackle on? What's the topic that we should relate? Are there any YouTubers we should collaborate with? All this stuff is for you guys in the end of the day. So I hope you guys appreciate and enjoy this bit of a sharing from me. I'm still warming up my tunes and gears, and AJ is still warming up his tune and concepts. But nevertheless, you guys must know we are coming in hard to do what? In 2023, I've told everyone, I have built my wealth before YouTube, so I do not have to make money out of this kind of advertising, so I'm doing this out of my passion. Second is, I want to create my own academy, university to share down all my knowledges for the fun of it. Why not? Because the community members, there's web developers, programmers, they're all joining forces with me to help me build this. So why not? They are committing, so I commit back to them. In the end, growth is what I'm addicted to in life, and I hope with this existence of this channel, you guys will grow every day, and in the end of the day, the growth will outweigh all your losses in the end. So welcome to the best of the best. The show is about to begin. We are warming up the November gears. Watch out, 2023 will be whacking you out. Kapow, kapow,